Life is hard. Don't let it get you down. Just hold on till you turn it around.
This is Mike Hills from Hills Law Office, and we have begun a series of videos on criminal procedure. And one of the questions we get asked all the time, every day it seems like, is can police officers lie? Or the police officers lied to me. Can they do that? Can they get away with it? That sort of thing. And the short answer is yes, police officers can lie. And the main, place we see this is undercover work, right? Because in undercover work, they have a fake name, they have a fake background, fake incentives, fake this, fake that. So the whole thing is a big lie. There's a foundational case on that, and that's People versus Catania, Douglas Catania. It's a Michigan Supreme Court case, and obviously it was a long time ago. And in that case, it involved an undercover operation where the undercover unit had information that there was drug dealing going on at a certain location. So what the other undercover unit did was they sent up this young, attractive young lady, at least according to that was written in the Supreme Court's opinion. A young, attractive young lady went up to the door, knocked on the door, said, "I've got car trouble, I need a phone." This is before cell phones, and can I use your phone? Mr. Catania, being a hospitable individual, invited her into the home. She came in, and soon thereafter, Mr. Catania offered her weed, and both of them, the undercover agent and Mr. Catania, smoked weed. And I'm not making that up. That is actually in the opinion. So the issue there is how the officer got into the residence, right, to do the search, because after they smoked weed together, the officer went out, used that to get a search warrant, come back in, they did a search, found drugs, he's charged, and then this issue percolates. So the court looked at this and looked at what Mr. Catania was arguing, and he was arguing that there was no voluntary consent to allow the officers into his home to do that initial search because he was lied to. And the court upheld the trial court's ruling, and what the trial court said, the trial court said that Mr. Catania takes that person, the undercover officer, for what he or she actually is, a gossip, a snitch, or in this case, an undercover agent. At that point, of course, upon entry, the plain view doctrine applies. So what they're saying is that you let somebody in your house at your own risk. If you consent to have somebody come in, whether they're lying to you or not, then you're subject to them being an undercover agent possibly, and if they see something illegal, they can use that in a search warrant to try and search your house. But they can only go as far as your consent. So if you consent to them coming into your kitchen, they can't go search your basement, your attic, your bedroom, etc. So it's limited to the consent. The court went on to say that in the court's view, the true purpose of an undercover agent's entry is always different than the suspect believes. The proper question is whether the government intrusion stays within the scope of the suspect's consent. That's basically what I just indicated, that they can lie, they can get in, but they're subject to the constraints of consent or the boundaries of consent. So that's the state of affairs, and that's still good law today from 1987. That doesn't mean we have to sit and take it. I had a case recently where my doctor was charged with prescribing outside of his license, and one of the things that the undercover agents did in that case is they went in, tried to get my doctor to prescribe medications. He would not, because he didn't have her medical chart from California, which she falsely indicated she went to a doctor in California. She left, conspired with a doctor that they were working with, they being the government, and they created a fake, false medical chart, had it sent from California to my doctor. My doctor looked at it, relied on it, and then prescribed. Then they charge him, and off we go into court. Now, I filed a motion on that, an entrapment motion, saying that he was entrapped into doing it. That's a whole different animal, but it's in the same realm as lying. Usually when you've got entrapment, you've got lying going on. So maybe that's the next video. In any event, the doctor's case was dismissed on other issues that we filed, and so it was gone before we even got to the entrapment issue. Thank goodness for my client. So if any of you guys have anything you would like to hear about, you'd like me to discuss, research, and put up on a video, please let me know and we'll get her done. Anyway, if you need any help, you find yourself in trouble, give us a call. Otherwise, be safe.